you for joining me on today. We're going to be talking about the family dynamics with a narcissist. It is quite tremendous. Any of you that has been involved, you're born in a family with narcissists, or you've been involved with the narcissist family, know it can be quite triggering, quite devastating, quite challenging to be involved with these family. The family dynamics is tremendous. It takes a lot of wisdom. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of understanding if you're going to stay there. It does have a tremendous effect on you because a lot of times when you're with a narcissist family, they're going to gang up on you. It's not that you're going to be by yourself. The narcissist family is going to gang up on you and they will take the narcissist side. Hello there, Miss Henry. How are you? They're going to take the narcissist side. And the thing is, the narcissist is protected by the family. Usually when you are dating a narcissist in the family, that's because there's a greater narcissist in the family. And when you are having a greater narcissist in the family, whether it's the mother or the father or the mother and the father, but there's usually a dominant factor. Hello there, Danielle. How are you? We are talking about the family dynamics with the narcissist. And some of you were part of a narcissist family, or you married into a narcissist family, or you dated someone in a narcissist family. Hello there, K Diamond. How are you? We're going to talk about these dynamics. We're going to talk about from the marriage, from the siblings, from the parental aspect, and the children. Because usually when there's more than one child born in a narcissist family, 9 times out of 10, you will have an empath and a narcissist. Now, I don't even know how that dynamic works, but it usually is. If there's like 3 or 4 kids, 5 or more kids, one of them is very sensitive. Then the other one grows into a narcissist. They just go inside of themselves. Whether it's the golden child or the scapegoat. The scapegoat can turn narcissist because of the pain, because of the torture. But usually the scapegoat is the truth teller. They're the storyteller. They're the bold one. It's something about them. There's a strength about them. They just don't cave in, even though you have some scapegoats that can be very suicidal and cave in. A lot of times those scapegoats, there is a strength in them that's astronomical. I mean, they last and they flow when nobody else flow. They get the worst torment. They get blamed for everything. If anything go wrong, it's the scapegoat's fault. And if there's 5 kids, that one scapegoat bear the labor of 5 kids. And they're usually your Cinderella of the family, whether they're male or female. And a lot of times when you have another narcissist that is bred out of that family, thank you so much, Danielle. She said, welcome. She said, welcome to another live stream. Be sure to like on the way in. Join the discussion. Thank you so much. And so when you with the family dynamics, the family sometimes can gang up on you. That means the mother, the siblings, the grandmother, the uncle. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to this channel. And have you ever had a narcissist that had the older narcissist in the house? They can be the worst one. They are more skilled. And usually when you're dealing with the older, you're dealing with a greater narcissist. Not just a regular narcissist. They're very skilled, very experienced. They done went through the dynamics of the family. The family has learned, they have projected themselves and mold the family. So you got the model family that has been molded by the narcissists, which are the grandparents, and they're in the house with the parents. And the siblings, some of the siblings, Because usually what the grandparents would do, a lot of them would try as much as they can to train some children to stay. They make them feel guilty. And these kids feel so guilty, they feel like it's their responsibility to take care of the grandparents, because the grandparents act as if they can't do anything without them. And they always remind them of what they poured into them, how they kept them. And then you've got the vulnerable narcissists. They always feel they got a story to tell because they want you to feel obligated to take care of them. And so there are some kids stay home. When they have a relationship, the relationship is already always interrupted by the greater narcissist, and they end up being single until the person dies. And they're like, they never really had a social life because they're so consumed with taking care of the narcissist, because now they're sick, they're elderly, they have doctor's appointments, and from the doctor's appointment you have to take them out, you got the grocery shop, you have to, so your whole life center around your parents or your grandparents. And if it's the grandparents in the house, they take over the parents' life. And the parents now is catering to the grandparents. So what the parent does, because they're catering to the grandparent, they take over a child's life. They choose a specific child or a couple of the children, and they make those children feel obligated. Every time they get into a relationship, they do something to destroy that relationship. They never have a meaningful relationship. There's always an intervention. They always get sick because that's the dynamic. The grandparents, the parent, now the child. And the child is so obligated to the narcissist family until they don't know how to live. They don't know how to be. They don't know how to become. And everything they become is centered around the narcissist. And they live such a guilt-ridden life until they cannot do anything on their own. And then if you're dating a narcissist, you take the narcissist there. The gang, they know what to do. They love bomb you, make you feel like you part of the family, make you feel like you've hit the jackpot with that family and you love that family. And then they start asking little favors to pull you in. They start getting you to get involved with them, to pull you in, because they know they need to bring you into the family dynamics. Because when the mask falls and all hell break loose, you want to come out. So they want you to feel like you with them. The mother make you feel like you can really talk to her. Anything go wrong, and then she go back and tell the son, or she go back and tell the daughter, so she can inform them. And it's a catalyst. They build everything around the family. And they make you feel like you hit gold until if you want to leave the family, you almost feel like you've sinned. Just because you want to leave the family. Because the family don't want you to leave. And the thing is, once the family, she said, sounds about right. Yep. Once the family know that you have something, like you're real intelligent, you got a real good job, you got property, your family is wealthy, honey, they tie you in to where they are. And what they do, they need you to marry the daughter or marry the son, so they can get into the dynamics of the wealth. And when they get into the dynamics of what everything that person owns, they are involved. Because especially states that have mutual property, oh, they definitely want you to marry. They want you involved. Because once you get involved, they want kids right away. They need everything to lock you into that relationship, because you're a good catch. A primary source that is with the family dynamics. They want them to marry into the family. They educate them. You need to have a baby quick, or you need to get her pregnant quick. Then once you have a baby, all the family center around that child, make that child feel like it means the world. They don't care nothing about that child. They're thinking about their future. They're thinking about locking you in. They're thinking about locking your family in. And once they lock your family in, then they're going to lock your family money in. Because most of the time what happened is most people with their family would do anything for their family. So here is the mom. Her daughter is marrying in. The dad wants to give her everything. And once they find out that she's a daddy's girl and the dad is really weak to his daughter, oh, they pull the daughter in, and then they get married. They need a house. The daddy buys them a house. They need a car. The dad buys them a car. They need money. The dad buys them money. And what happens is the dad is putting out more and more money, and the daughter is becoming so needy. And once the dad wake up, he start asking the daughter what's wrong. But that daughter got him tied around her fingers. And the son, what happened is the dad usually loves the son, so he started putting the son in his business to keep the daughter close. Now the son is in the business. This is a narcissist. Sabotage, any way they can find to sabotage, it will be done. Then he builds the daughter where he tell her don't tell anybody. And then the family builds her where they surround her. It's almost like Rosemary Baby. She know something is wrong, but her heart is so innate with the narcissist. She can't see her life without him. Soon she's codependent on him. Even though she have a skill, she's pregnant. And if he could get her pregnant one baby after another, he will, because he need her locked in the house while he's outside of the house, while he's building himself with her father's business, while he's building himself, getting stronger relationship with the dad, and all the family is around them. And the mother now is torturing the daughter because she has an inroad, and now the daughter feel obligated to the mom or obligated to the dad, and the dad love bomb her, and then the dad torture her because the trauma bomb is the love, hate, abuse, bring in, say I love you, then push you away. So it's the opposite until the whole mental system and emotional system is confused. When the confusion comes, you're going to find yourself doing anything and everything for this family. You would give your arm for this family, even though you know they're bad for you. Even though you know they're not good for you. The family dynamics with the narcissist is tremendous. What if the wife now goes to work outside of the home, and the narcissist realizes it is convenient because there are more resources coming into the house with her working, and he dominates the resources. All resources come his way. Doesn't matter if you work for them. They're still in the house, and they come his way. They come her way, because you got women that are female narcissists, and they dominate the house. They dominate by using their body. They dominate by using their emotions. They dominate by using the kids. They use whatever antic they can use to captivate you emotionally, to captivate your will. The goal is to get you thoughtless and to get your will surrender. Once they get your real surrender, you'll do anything because it's your will that is the mobility part of you. And so as your will is surrendered, they take over your life. They become your God. They become the reason why. They become everything you ever wanted. And then they drop the ball. They make you feel threatened so you can work. They make you feel as if you're going to lose them so you can work. Challenges in the family dynamics of the narcissist is regal. you're going to be challenged. And the narcissists really don't care how you're hurt, because with you, they're progressing. You got an opportunity to make money. You got an opportunity for your family to give money. And what the narcissist does is intertwine. It's like a weave in a basket. They weave themselves into the family dynamic, your family dynamics. And then they start compelling the family emotions, the family loyalty, love bombing your mom, love bombing your sister, love bombing your brothers, until they feel like the best thing has happened since Swiss cheese is that man. And when they pick up something on him, he shifted, she shifted, and he gaslight them. And when they gaslight, they can't pinpoint anything, because by the time they pinpoint it, it is no longer there. Things shifted, things change. And you work with a changing narcissist. You work with a narcissist that is unstable. You work with a narcissist that is at flight. This narcissist is flighty. And then the dynamics of the family is to sleep with a sibling or the parent. She says, Danielle said, even when the narcissists take everything from you, they will not stop. She said, all you have left is your will to live with boundaries to those challenges. Absolutely. As long, and if you can remember anything, the narcissist is faithful when they have an advantage with you to the last breath. Remember that. The narcissist is faithful to you, whether it's torment, lies, deception, because love bombing is going to always be temporary. The best part of the love bombing is in the first part of the relationship. You will never go platinum or gold like that again. And they will love bomb you intermittent in the relationship just to give you enough crumbs to hold on. She said, I know that all too well. Absolutely. They give you enough crumbs just for you to hold on, enough crumbs just for you to hold out. They're not going to produce because it's too much work. And narcissists is few gatherers, few eaters. So when they put out few, they have to respite themselves. They have to pull in, and they have to restitute themselves, because that energy they need it for that playing on the outside, pulling on the outside, pulling in others, because most of them are serial cheaters. And these serial cheaters need a lot of energy, because they're going to categorize the supply that they use. The supply that they use, they're not going to be premium supply, because that's what you are. They're going to be supply that they need. And the more supply they have, the more organized they're going to be and how they categorize them. Some supply going to be every 3 months. So every 3 months for 12 months. They got these women here every 3 months. And every 3 months, is these women. Then they're going to ghost them, and then they'll just contact them every now and then just to hold them. Because if they don't contact them, that person is going to go somewhere else, and the narcissist don't want them to leave. He don't want them to play. He want to play. And do you know that most people that are with a narcissist will be loyal even though they don't see him for months? They haven't seen him in 6 months. He'll show up twice in those 6 months, and he'll say that he's traveling, he's doing, but he'll call because he needs to keep them. So on his calendar, he got when he called. On his calendar, he got when he contact with them. And if it's too far, he said, I need to sleep with her. So it's time that I sleep with her while he's holding her here. So it is in their playbook, and there are schedule, because some of the narcissists got a harem. They got a slew of women that they're seeing. Well, you got to be organized, because you still got to take care of the main supply, because the main supply is the fuel that makes every other thing work. So you don't want to get rid of them, even though they're tortured the most. And one thing a narcissist is geared up to is how to break the will and keep the spirit. He break their will where they don't have nothing to do. They're just in existence. They're like an empty shell that is going, but their goals are gone, their stamina is gone, their strength is gone, because the family dynamics is to hook you. And you will find that the narcissists get closer to your family than you do. And your family seem to cater to them more than they cater to you. And you're like, what is this? I'm your child. That is the family dynamics of the narcissist. It's almost like they put a spell on your family, and you wonder, what is wrong with my family? Because if the narcissist say something, they believe it, and when you say something, they challenge it. It used to be that they believe it, but now they're challenging it, and you're like, what is going on? The narcissist, and they're very charismatic, especially those who are gifted with communication. Oh my God. And they know people. Oh, they utilize this to the max. And when you go out to engagements and the narcissist take you with him, and that's why he loaded you down with kids so you can't go nowhere. Because you got to find a babysitter. And when he take you out, they get the family to babysit so he can show you off. You become a trophy. You become a token. And all he wants you to be is a token. He get all the experience. If you're working and you take him to your event, he takes over the event. Everybody is targeted toward him as if you didn't mean nothing. Then you're angry. And then the narcissist is like, are you jealous of your own husband? He knew full well what he was doing. She knew full well what she was doing. And the narcissist will get so involved with your co-workers because he needs to blackmail them a lot of time. And when he blackmails them, there's nothing they can do against him. There's nothing they can say against him. He got you trapped. Now you got somebody on your job trapped. And the person that's trapped now fighting against you because they want, that's your husband, but they want your husband because there's been a violation of boundaries. And now the person is after your husband. And then they become obsessed with your husband. And then they start mistreating you. They can't stand you because you haven't. They can't stand you because they want it. And then the narcissists go home to you. They want him to come home to them. Now you have to watch it because on your job, they try to sabotage you. They sabotage all your work. They sabotage what you do. They sabotage where you go. And you can't go anywhere because you telling this person you thought they were your friend. They were until they got involved with the narcissist. Now they become a watcher for the narcissist. Because the narcissist is always asking, what is going on? Because you're always together. So the narcissist said, well, what are y'all doing? And if that person can sabotage a relationship to have the narcissist to themselves, they will. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. And what you got to do is recognize the frenemies. Because little things are going to show up. They're going to show up. Like what? Like when you dress They used to be so happy for you, but now you pick up this little attitude. Like, what's wrong with you? And they're like, oh, nothing. And your husband is still a husband, so he come out because what he needs to do is play the game to make her jealous. So he comes out and hug you, and you don't know that there's an affair. They're having an affair. So he hugs you, kiss on you. That makes her angry, but it makes her work. Because even though that's your husband, she always feel like she has an opportunity. If she do one more thing, if she say one more thing, he will leave. If she just be understanding, he will leave. Most narcissists are not going to leave main supply. When they leave main supply, it's not because somebody else done did something. It's because they was ready to leave. And so that main supply, which is you, go through, you have lonely nights. You want to talk with somebody. Now it's hard for you to trust anybody. Your family are on his side. And now they're accusing you, saying that you're the fault. And you're not the fault. You are never responsible for somebody else's behavior. Remember that. You are never responsible for somebody else's behavior. And don't let anybody incite you. Don't let anybody accuse you. You are not responsible for somebody else's behavior. Narcissists always shift the blame. They never take accountability. It's always somebody else's fault. And we are soon building a world where they are pointing the fingers. It's never what you do, it's what somebody else does. So the dynamics of the family relationship is tremendous. It's tremendous. The narcissist never wants to take responsibility for what they do. As a matter of fact, if you try to make them, they start blaming you for the problem. They start saying you are the problem. See what I mean? Wow. You got to know family. And some of you got kids. They seen what you've been through. They seen how you've been mistreated. They've seen how you've been mishandled. And most of the kids are nervous. Mm-hmm. Your kids are nervous. They're having, hey, Haka, how are you? Thank you for joining us. And you may notice your children, they start having problems. She said it is a system with roles. Yeah. She said you have to accept that family members will not be willing to break the cycle. They don't want to break the cycle. They'll break you rather than you break the cycle. She said, I'm good. I emailed you a week or 2 weeks ago. Okay, let me check that email. Haka, I will check that email. I get so many of them. Thank you for letting me know, because I get a slew of emails in a day and I try to answer them as much as I can. But listen to this. When you're dealing with family dynamics, it can be quite challenging. She said, my family, scapegoating, creating a target dynamics in my life that happens wherever I go. What do you mean? That happens wherever you go. Hello there, Hannah. How are you? Explain that, Laura. My family scapegoating create a targeting dynamics in my life that happens wherever I go. Is it with the family of the narcissist? What do you mean it happened everywhere you go? Because when you're born into a narcissist family, honey, that's like being at the movies. They are not going to cite one another. They're going to protect one another. Narcissist and flying monkey. Yep. That show you the dynamic of the narcissist. Because most people want to please the narcissist. They are so off the chart until most people just can't believe the crazy stuff they do. And the thing is, when you have a family dynamics, I love what Danielle said. She said it's a cycle. It is a ritual how they all line up. It is a ritual how they all display their loyalty. And they make you feel like an outcast. And first they bring you into the family where you feel a part of the family. And when you do something they don't like, they make you feel like an outcast. She said, I've been no contact with my parents for some weeks now. She said, and I almost called my mom earlier, but I didn't. And I'm proud of myself for not being that to myself again, because I know what she'll do. See, no contact is no contact. We have to establish that. No matter what, no contact is no contact. You cannot. You said, but I'm the only child and my family don't have anybody. You would be amazed what your family have. Go no contact and see, do they die? They're going to survive. They're going to live. They make you feel like they can't do without you. Do you think a narcissist is going to be dependent on you as much as they are entitled? They will find another avenue, even as with a stranger. She said, I had to get to a space to grieve the family I didn't get. She said, beyond that, I'm finding safe people is a blessing to my healing process. Yes, ma'am. And Laura said, my family's swatted and evicted me. What? Amidst the epidemic in New York City. Unreal. She said, I fought the NPD, APS, and family court for 2 years to get a housing voucher. Wow. So, Lord, where are you now in the dynamics? Where are you now in the dynamics? And where is the narcissist? Have you finally been freed, whether it's through a discard or escape, or are you still dealing with them? Because for you to be able to be cast out and have no house, he had to abandon you. Yeah, Alcasa, that's sad. That is really sad. But you got to remember what kind of family you're dealing with now. They don't have sympathy, empathy like other people have. They don't. You are on your own. And if you can't give them anything that's going to assist them, they don't care if you put out. They don't care if you don't have. That's not part of their concern. What their concern is that you provide for them, that they have. They don't even care about the kids. That's on you. And you have to keep your mind conditioned where you can function. Because if you don't watch it, you'll be so conditioned where you almost can't function. Also, accept the dysfunction wasn't your fault. Absolutely. They try to blame you and make it your fault, but it was not. It is not. You cannot make a decision for anybody else. You cannot be responsible for grown people. Grown people make choices, and that's their decision. There are consequences in the choices you make. They don't want the consequences, so they try to shift the consequences, blame you, and then you take over their responsibility, which is not yours. And when you take over somebody else's responsibility, life become hard. Life become difficult. Life become troublesome. Why? Because that was not your burden. That was not your responsibility. It's not yours to carry. And you're carrying it. So you're loaded down. You're heavy laden. Narcissists want you to take the load off of them. There are some things you cannot take. You cannot take every decision where they are blaming everybody. No, ma'am. No, sir. You got to let, the Bible says, let every man bear his own burden. You got to let them bear their own burden. No matter what they say, no matter how they say it, what you do is temporary. It's temporary. And if you're still with the narcissist, you got to be very smart because they're going to wear you down. She said, disconnect with dysfunctional family. Reconnect with yourself. Yeah. You have to. Because at the end of the day, who's going to make your decision? You are. At the end of the day, who's going to handle what happened to you? You are. At the end of the day, if there's a dysfunction, who's going to be accountable? You are. That's why the Bible says, love yourself as you love your neighbor. If I love me, I can love you. But when I don't like me, I can't do too much for you. No matter what condition you in, no matter how it is, I can't do it. Why? Because you have to service yourself. You have to build yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to give attention to yourself. And you, when you love yourself, you're going to teach the kids to love themselves. A child that loves themselves is stronger when they're rejected. A child that loves themselves are usually stronger when they're rejected. Children that hate themselves is very dangerous when they're rejected. Very dangerous. They can't handle that kind of pressure. They can't handle that kind of rejection. And it goes to abandonment. When some kids go to abandonment, rejection, they start to abandon themselves because it's a legal order that nobody wants them, that they're not valuable enough. So they start to disintegrate in character. They start to descend in categorizing themselves. And so they don't feel like they fit. No matter how you tell them they fit, they have to change their mind. Because a child that don't went through, a child that has went through in a narcissist relationship, look at your condition. Because many of you are adults now. You know what you went through. You know how the whole dynamics of the family was. Now look at you. Laura said, I become agoraphobia? Agoraphobic? What is that? What is agoraphobia? And I am trying to get a peer specialist for exposure therapy. She said, I barely leave the house, get most things delivered, and mostly go see doctors for many health issues. Oh, I know, Princess. Fear of going outside of the house. Oh my God, girl. You got to get outside to grow. You got to get outside to be exposed. You got to get outside to expand. So what are you doing about that therapy? Fear. Are you a believer? Do you have a local church? Do you have access to a local church? Are you by yourself or are you still with the narcissist? I know there was a lot of questions, but answer those questions. Are you by yourself or are you still with the narcissist? Are you able to get out? Do you have transportation? Do you have a local church? Are you a believer? A lot of questions. But each of those have great significance and where you can go in your healing. Because you got to be healed. Everything is fresh. And when everything is fresh, you got to be healed. Because what is being attacked now is your memory. That's what Satan has, is your memory. So he attack you at the point of thought, then he attack you at the point of memory. Eminem, hello there. She stayed in clothes where they feel safer inside than going outside, of course. But that's fear. That's torment. She said, I'm trying to get peer specialists. There are other sufferers who overcame their fear. Absolutely. All things are possible. And it is available. It is available. You know, what is amazing is, I see you, Daniel, 20 minutes left. What is amazing is the fact that you know what is available to assist you, mean it is available to assist you. Or it wouldn't account. You can Google it. And find a therapist and then put conditions, write down the conditions that therapy has to have. And then when that therapist have those conditions, do not compromise. Let them meet those conditions. Because if any other therapist come, that may not be the therapist for you. When you write down those conditions, and they begin to respond to those conditions. See, get around some people that are strong, that has nothing to do with the narcissist. Stay away from everybody that the narcissist like. Because if they like that, there's a reason they like them. Stay away from everybody that the narcissist like. Build yourself. Build yourself with positive affirmations. Build yourself. Positive affirmation. Get positive books. Go on YouTube. Get positive affirmation. And sometimes when you're with a man, you want to hear a woman's voice, that to be reminded of the viciousness of the narcissist. They have that. This can be available to you. Healing is available to you. Deliverance is available to you. But you're going to have to pursue it. The narcissists don't want you to pursue it. They want you always caught up in what they want and what they're doing. Haka said, I feel my mom is sending flying monkeys from the church because I've had several people following me on social media that I know she is close to. I blocked them all. See? And that's media stalking. She can't stalk you physically, but they stalk you with media. And then he's probably still involved with her. Well, sometimes the narcissists call, especially when they have planned to exit and come back. Because he don't have no way to get in. Because you have become stronger and just block them out. And you're not fighting every minute when the narcissist isn't there. You are at peace. And you're enjoying that peace. When the narcissist register that you have escaped, you haven't seen anger until you see that they're angry that you escaped. It wasn't about having the things there to feel free, to feel liberated. Azariah, Azariah. See? Azariah. Vikita. Kathy. Tell Vicky to come and get Azariah. So when you are free within, you can challenge your mind. Keep coming to programs like this. Keep circulating with programs like this. Listen to them even when you are tired. Listen to them. They're going to give you the strength you need, especially if you got a family and you are protecting you and your children. There is a certain mindset because they're going to break down your will. And when the fight leaves, it's hard. It's hard to counteract anything. They can basically do whatever they want to do because you do not have the will to fight. You are not stimulated to fight. Whatever they do, you just allow them because you now went from living to existing. And if you're existing in the house, what are your children doing? Who's going to be there for them? When you fail to do self-care, when you fail to get your life back, when you fail, you got to get your life back. You got to get your life back. Life is too huge. Life is huge. And you can bounce back. Yes, it's going to be maybe a little difficult and starting over, but it's not impossible. It can happen. It will happen. It's going to take work. Don't let nobody tell you it ain't work. Oh, yes, it is. To start all over again is work. Laura said, I think I got the white stone and crown. Very strange coincidence how I received them. What? How did you receive them, Laura? Is it, you sure that's not spiritually antagonistic? That they have intentions attached to those items? Where did you get them from? Yeah, where did you get them from? Because the narcissist needs you to remember, if there's anything they want you to do when they leave, it's for you to remember. They need you on divine recall. When you're on divine recall, it's like being in the forest and the call comes and it gives you the direction when to come. Divine recall connects you to your memory, and your memory calls you to ruminate. Ruminate is not going to tell you about the times you were tormented, because that's not going to keep you there. Usually it's going to make you leave. When you think about, I can't take this no more. I'm not going to keep dealing with this. And then you build the stamina to escape. But when you reminisce about how good it was, how powerful it was, it's not there. The mask that came off, the narcissist is now revealed. And you know it's not going to work. You know it's not working. It's not working for you. It's not working for the kids. Because now the mask is off. You can see them. And the thing is, even though you see them, you cannot go to cognizant dissonance where you are excusing them. You're making up excuses for them. Because then you are held back another day. So, the family dynamics of the narcissist, Haka, got to stay clear. When you want to make contact, don't. She said the white stone was filled with crystals, like is that a hematite? And topaz from the desert gifter in Arizona as an amends apology in 2006. Oh, I wouldn't take that. She said, my ex turned into a completely different person earlier this year. For the good, Haka, or the bad? Which side was he showing? Probably y'all done been together long enough for the mask to come off. And when the mask come off, you see them. They can't hide. You see them. You know the truth. And I'm quite sure they hate that. You shall know the truth, and the truth you know will make you free. All right, y'all. We got 3 minutes. How come? I'm going to look at that email you sent, and I will respond. She said the crown was in the bedroom at the voucher house when I got there December 21st. It started off being better. She said then in some ways it was worse because he started going through a lot of stuff financially. Who he is came out. That's what happened. He was that all the time. It just that pressure brought that out. That it was there all the time. And it took that to expose this. The best thing to do is to stay clear. Don't re-involve yourself. He was going through stuff financially and lost his car. And he lost his place. And I believe he would take his anger out on me at times. Probably so. Because everybody needs a place to lay their head in peace. And then he's not able to get around, so he's at the mercies of the bus. That can be devastating. Different weather, different times. The bus don't come, especially if you got a job. Then you got to get there early, hours early, just to make a timeline. That's not your fault. That's for him to deal with. That's not your problem. That's for him to deal with. And that's what he should deal with. So just think about it. When you talk about the family dynamics, it's not just you. It's you and the children. It's you and your mother and father. It's you and your siblings. It's you and the family. It's you and the co-workers. A lot of involvement happened. Hakan said he lived with his mom and dad, and his mom is controlling and doesn't want him to date. She takes him to work. Wow. That's when the mother is in love with the son. And the son is too weak to stand against the mom. So now you know who the controller is. And usually when they have a strong mama, they want to weaken you because they make you pay for everything she's doing. That is the family dynamics. All right, y'all. I need you to write me, Apostle Helen. Write me, Helen Sattler, your Destiny Helper, at Destiny Helper 12s at gmail.com. Destiny Helper 12 at gmail.com. And I'm going to look at that. I have had a busy schedule in the last 3 months, but I'm going to check that out. And I'll be getting back with you based on on the email, and I'm going to respond. Okay, everybody, I want to appreciate you coming with me. I want to appreciate you being with me. Thank you so much. Hello there. She said, hi, I'm up watching countless videos on the topic and saw you live. Oh, bless your heart, Yolanda. And we getting ready to go off. We was live for an hour. Thank you so much. Yolanda, and I will see you on the next time. I love you to life. Those of you, make sure you write me, Destiny Helper 12s at gmail.com. God bless you. Bye-bye, everybody. There go my caddy. Bye-bye.